Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Eugene Ergenhout, your host for today, and I come here bearing devastating news. 2 days ago, the sudden death of beloved YouTuber Markiplier was announced. He had died to a heart attack within his sleep. The reason of this heart attack is currently unknown, as the titular YouTuber never had heart problems prior to this terrible incident. Though several rumors have surfaced, some say it is because the habit of playing horror games causing major threats to the heart, while some others say it's related to the recent resurgence of the void entity X. But the most prevalent of these rumors is that of him joining the Fazbear Archival Initiative. However, all of these are baseless rumors that hold no validity, of course. So today, that will not be the focus. The focus of the day will be to celebrate and remember Markiplier Montage. He had a great influence all over the world. Internationally, he affected people's hearts with his funny YouTube videos. And so, I will be interviewing people all across the world to hear their experience with the titular YouTuber Markiplier. So, please remain in your seats as we get into it. The first person we're interviewing today is the individual named Kin Arthur. Now tell me, Kin Arthur, what was your experience with the titular Markiplier?
Oh, that guy, yeah, he's pretty cool, but he's been ignoring my emails, like with my DMs and everything. I've been telling him, I've been trying to send him Five Nights Together. It's a game I made.
He's dead.
What do you mean he's dead? Bro, he's gotta play my game. He's gotta play my game.
He's been dead for 2 days now. How did you expect him to play your game? The second person we'll be interviewing today is the individual called Moten. Now say, Moten, what would you say your experience was with the titular YouTuber Markiplier?
Well, for me, he was a cool guy. If you ask me, he was a funny individual. He would spew random things out, you know, especially with his recent obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's. That's been popping off.
Do you believe this obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's is the cause of his death?
It sounds a bit out there, but it could be. His obsession with it is wild, with how much he's been playing it and all that.
Alright, thank you for your answer. The third person we'll be interviewing is the individual named Twind. Now say, Twind, how was your experience with Markiplier before his untimely demise?
Markiplier truly was an incredible person. A real big brother to every person born in the 2000s.
Alright, thank you for your very heartfelt message. Now I do have a question for you. Do you think his recent obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's is the cause of his death?
Who can say?
Alright, thank you very much for your answer. Now, the fourth person we'll be interviewing is the individual that goes by Kuruyo. Now, say, Kuruyo, what was your experience with Markiplier like before he passed away?
I usually talk to him when we are younger, so I'd say we are friends since the start. I'm very shocked of what happened to him. I don't know how to say it. It's just I can't. This is my friend, and I lost him. But at the end, I guess the time we passed together was good. That's what I have to say.
Alright, thank you. Now, I have one last question for you. Would you say that his recent obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's is the cause of his death?
I don't know, man. Probably it is. And someone killed him. I know someone did it. I know.
Alright. Thank you for your answer. The fifth person we'll be interviewing now is the individual called Dom. Now tell me, Dom, what was your experience like with Markiplier before his unfortunate passing?
Oh, Markiplier. He was he was a good person with good heart. I never got to know the guy well, but what I know of him is he has a weird obsession with boxes. Like, a very weird, especially tiny ones. He's always a fond of. Hell, I don't even think he has any other friends. I think that's his only friend. And also, just thinking about it, the way how he acts, and all that, I feel like if given the choice, he would absolutely just murder someone. But his team just always like pulls him back. I don't know. Like, we're talking about the guy with the green hair, yeah?
The green hair? No, that's Jacksepticeye. Would you say Markiplier's recent death was caused by his obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's?
100%, yes. After he started just running around saying, "I'm the king of Five Nights at Freddy's," or something like that, I knew that was only bad news from here on. Especially that one day where he just stripped naked and just ran into the woods.
Alright, thank you for your answer. Alright, for the sixth person we'll be interviewing the individual called Lenny Face. Now tell me, Mr. Face, what was your experience like with Markiplier before his death?
Oh yeah. You know, he was a pretty nice guy. I remember one time he gave me like these tickets to a spa place. Just kind of chilled. Anything after that was just kind of a blur, you know. It's kind of boring. He's a boring guy. I feel like I played Uno with him before, but I could be making that up.
I see. Well then, I have one final question for you. Do you think Markiplier's recent death is in any way related to his obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say, but I feel like Daco, pretty big for Nav too. I feel like there's a bit of a competition going on. Yeah, but yeah, it was either I feel like Daco or Matt that had some play in it.
So you think the murder was in fact staged by those two?
I wouldn't think they would work together, but yeah, I feel like either one of those two definitely had something to do with it.
Fascinating. Thank you for your answer. For the seventh person we'll be interviewing today, their name is Super Speed. Now I have a question for you, Mr. Speed. What was your experience with Markiplier before his sudden heart attack?
I kind of knew him. He went over to my place every now and then to ask me about Five Nights at Freddy's, about the lore. I told him, I'm not MatPat, what do you think I am? So I just kind of watched him frantically move around until he eventually left. It was terrifying sometimes. He would just start screaming, calling about some thing called Springtrap, I don't know.
Fascinating. Now, would you say Markiplier's death is in any way related to this exact obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's?
Probably. He wouldn't shut up about it.
I see. Thank you for your answer. The eighth person for today is the Tram with a blue hat. Now, Mr. Tram, what would you say your experience was like with Markiplier before he unfortunately died?
Well, to be honest, I really liked the guy. Honestly, I've never felt so upset by a man's death before. It makes me wanna dance.
What? Okay then. Now, my final question then. Do you think Markiplier's death is in any way linked with his obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's?
Most definitely. I believe it's that big brown bear. Specifically the yellow one, because you know what they say, all toasters toast toast.
Thank you very much for your inquiry. For the very last person we'll be interviewing is the individual called Marco. Now tell me, Marco, what was your experience like with Markiplier before his untimely demise?
Well, like, I didn't really know him that well, but like, you know, he's a cool guy. He was a good guy. He was a good person.
I see. Now, would you say that his recent obsession with Five Nights at Freddy's is the cause of his sudden heart attack?
Well, maybe, but like, I'm not completely sure, you know? Not 100%.
Thank you very much for your inquiry. And that wraps up the interviews of the day. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name was Eugene Ergonaut, and I'll see you... What? Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a call coming in currently from an individual named Wharfstash. Hello? Yes? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting, in fact. Okay, I'll make sure to show them. Alright, see ya. I have very good news. The individual named Borstash claims to have an interview with Markiplier before he unfortunately passed away. And apparently this interview will give some very necessary details on the ongoing case for Markiplier's death. So please stick around while we show you what we've got.